Good morning, students. I am again present under the roof of Foster of English to explain the 10th standard chapter from the book First Flight. The chapter's name is Letter to God by G.L. Fuentes. A brief introduction about the author of the chapter, G.L. Fuentes. He was born on July 11, 1897 in the Canary Islands. He first went to the sea as a deck boy with his father at the age of 10. As a teenager, Fuentes worked on cargo ships that went out of the Canary Islands. He also sailed to the Spanish parts of Valencia and South America. He migrated permanently to Cuba at the age of 22. Fuentes, a lifelong cigar smoker, died from cancer in 2002 at the age of 105 years. A brief introduction of the chapter. The story revolves around the idea of having unquestionable belief in something. The story is set in Latin American country. Lencho, who is the main character of the story, he writes a letter to God in order to seek help from the Almighty because his entire crop is destroyed by hailstorm. His wishes get fulfilled partially, if not completely. He is ungrateful in the end of the story and he questions the honesty and modesty of the postmaster and other employees of the post office who have actually helped him with money in the name of God. Now I am going to talk about the main characters of the story. First is Lencho. He is a poor farmer who lived on the peak of a low hill with his family. He is a very strong and firm believer of God. He is very innocent, helpful, caring and responsible person. Second is the postmaster. He is a very friendly fellow who helped Lencho to retain his faith in God, and he also gave a part of his salary in the charity for Lencho on behalf of God. The third is the post office employees. These people helped Lencho on postmaster's call. They laughed at Lencho when they saw the letter but helped him in his need. Lencho called them all a bunch of crooks. A brief summary of the chapter. This story depicts unwavering faith of a farmer in God. It begins with a farmer named Lencho who is expecting a good harvest this year if it rains to nourish his field of corn. He is very confident that his harvest is going to give him a huge profit as every year it does. And to his utmost excitement, rainfall did happen, but sooner it turned into a hailstorm that destroys his entire field. This damage posed a threat to the family's survival as their entire livelihood was dependent on the year's produce. Although being disheartened, the family had robust belief in the Almighty. Despite having worked hard day and night at the field, he knew how to write and read, and thus he decided to write a letter to God explaining his situation and asking for help. After having the unshaken faith in God, he writes that letter and he went to the post office to post that letter, and on the envelope he has written the address to God. That letter was received by a postman and he had a very hearty laugh when he reads it and shows it to the postmaster. The postmaster was very surprised, but being a very generous person, he decided to help Lencho. And he contributed from his salary and collected money from his colleagues and friends who were willing to contribute for an act of charity. To his dismay, he could only collect 70 pesos, which he wrapped in an envelope, and it was a mark of reply from the Almighty. On having found the letter, Lencho was not at all shocked because he had that firm belief that God will reply to his letter. But instead, he got angry by finding out the less amount as he asked for. He again writes a letter to God, conveying his disappointment and distrust in the employees of the post office, who he thought had stolen the remaining amount. This is a story of a farmer who is very poor, and he is from Philippines. He used to work very hard in his fields, and on the other side he was a very firm believer in God. His house was the only house in the valley, and it was on the top of a hill. His fields needed a very good harvest, and for that he needed rain. The drops of rain were like coins for him, because with rain he could have a good harvest, and by selling that harvest, that crops, he can earn a good amount of money, which will be sufficient for his livelihood at least for 1 year. He was looking towards the sky, hoping for a rain, and during the meal time, big drops of rain began to fall. He went out to feel the rain on his body, as he was very happy because that rain is going to give a good harvest to him. After looking that beautiful rain, Lencho was much satisfied. The drops of rain were like the coins. The big drops of rain were like 10-cent pieces, and the little ones were worth 5 each. Suddenly, a strong wind began to blow. Lencho was worried. Although with the rain came very large hailstones, they truly did resemble silver coins, but on the other hand, they were a matter of concern because heavy rain and hailstones can destroy the crops. To Lencho's surprise, the house, the fields, and the hillside were covered with the white hails. Not a leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. So were the flowers. Lencho was very sorrowful. They would have no corn that year. As we have seen that Lencho was the firm believer of God, he thought that there was only one ray of hope, and it was the help from God. Instead of moving to other people and asking them for help, he thought of only one person who will definitely going to help him. The following Sunday, he wrote a letter to God. He wrote that if he did not help, his whole family would die. He needed at least 100 pesos in order to sow his field again and to live until the new crop came, because that money will be only the last thing to help them in their time of crisis. Before dropping that letter in the mailbox, he wrote to God on the envelope, placed a stamp on it, and dropped it into the mailbox. After dropping that letter, Lencho went back. One of the postmen who read the letter, he laughed heartedly and took that letter to the postmaster. The postmaster was quite a friendly and a very pleasant man. He too started laughing, but soon he became serious. He realized that the sender of the letter had a great faith in God. He didn't want to shake that faith, and he decided to answer the letter. The generous postmaster collected money from his employees, and he himself gave a part of his salary as a charity. He put 70 pesos, all the money he could collect, in an envelope and sent it to Lencho by mail with the signature of God. Lencho had a firm and unshaken faith in God. He did expect help from God. When he received the money, he was not surprised at all. But his happiness was just for few moments. When he counted the money, he became very angry. He believed that God could never deceive him. Immediately he wrote a second letter to God and posted it. The postmaster opened the letter eagerly as he was expecting a word of thankfulness from Lencho. But Lencho wrote that he received only 70 pesos that had been sent by God. He requested God to send him the rest of the money also. He asked God not to send the money through the mail, as he thought that the post office employees were a bunch of crooks. The message which is given by the chapter is, it is about the faith and belief in God which Lencho had. At the time when his crops were destroyed, he found God to be the person who would help him. His faith in God made the money reach him. The other message which can be pointed out is the nature of the post officer who made Lencho's faith towards God more strong. He helped him in disguise. The last message which can be noted is about Lencho's reaction towards the people working in the post office. Without knowing the reality, he made the conclusion that they have stolen his money. Coming to the conclusion of the chapter, we learnt that faith has a power to give us what we want, to fulfill our needs. However, one must realize that humanity still exists. Talking about the vocabulary used in the chapter, crest is on the top of hill, dotted is full of, downpour that means heavy rain, intimately that is very strong, exclaimed, cry out suddenly in surprise, that is a very strong emotion or pain, regarded, consider or think of in a specified way, drap is to adorn, to beautify, cover or wrap something. Hailstone is the plural of hail. Resemble, have a similar appearance or qualities in one or the other person common. Exposing, making something visible by uncovering it or revealing it. I hope you were able to understand the chapter, and if you liked the video, please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much.